I'm back again. I'm Pawan Kanu, or you can say Kanu sir, and my video's name is today money exchange, or you can say chain rule. So the next topic we are going to study today is money exchange. In this video, I'm just going to explain you about the formulas needed during the solution of the question related money exchange, and the main point or the main formula or main rule we need here in money exchange is chain rule. So before that, what is money exchange? Changing the money. So changing money, if you have one type of currency and if you have to change it to the next another country's currency, then that is called money exchange. It means if you have got rupees 20 and you want to change it into $1 into dollar, then that is called money exchange. For that you must know the international exchange of rates, like if $1 is equals to 108 rupees, then by the help of this money exchange you can exchange any of the amount into rupees or any of the amount into dollar. So let us take an example of for we are requested to ask $10. So $10 is equals to what amount of rupees here? So we, by using unitary method, we can use that $1 is equivalent to rupees 108. Then $10 is equivalent to rupees 108 times 10, then the value comes rupees 1080. So this is one method when you have got only two types of currencies. But if you have got three types of currencies, then how can you get the relation between them? Okay, 100 Nepalese rupees is equals to 60 Indian rupees, and $1 is equals to 110 Nepalese rupees. Then next question is how much dollar is equals to Indian currency 10. So and in this condition you can still follow the unitary methods, but by using the chain rule you can get it in a more easier way. Like, what is the chain rule then? How to apply the chain rule here? First I will write 100 rupees is equals to Indian rupees 60 and Indian rupees 10 is equals to X dollars, and $1 is equals to 110 Nepalese rupees or Nepalese currency. So here is the chain of rupees to Indian rupee to dollar, dollar to rupees, and again back to the rupees. So here goes the chain. Like rupees to Indian rupees to dollar, dollar to Nepalese rupees. So this way you make a chain rule, and the left side of all numbers will be multiplied to each other, and the right side of all numbers will be multiplied to each other. After that you have to use the multiplication. 100 times 10 and times 1 is 1000, and 60 times 110, 11 times 6 is 66, and 0 into x, or 1000 divisible by 6600 is x, Therefore, x is equals to 10 by 66, and what is it? Dollar. So 10 by 66 dollars. Students, you can use calculator, you will get answer in point, or simply you can write as it is. Or if you really want, I'll find the value without using calculator. Multiplying by 10, or we can do 10 divisible by 66. It is not divisible by 66, so we will write here 0 point, then you will get 0 times 0, you get 10. If you put point, then it comes 100. 66 times 1 is 66, and 10 times 4, this becomes 9, here becomes 0, here becomes 10. 10 times 6, 4, 9 times 6, 3, and automatically here comes another 0 because of the decimal, and 6 5 6 3 6 by 4, 6 for the 24, 2 6 for the 24, 2 26, or 66 times 5, 5 6 are 30, 3 5 are 30, and 3, so 66 times 5 is 330, then 0 1 0, so 0.15, and still you can put 0, then times 1, and you will get 66, and again you will get 34, and again you can put 0 minus, again you can write 5 times, then you will get 330, and it will keep continuing in the same manner, so you can write 0.1515 dollar. So in this way we apply chain rule. And next formula now. If the word is devaluation or revaluation, what is the meaning of devaluation? If the value of your currency decreases, then that is called devaluation, and if the value of your currency with respect to another currency becomes strong, then that is called revaluation. You can say again here, $1 is equals to 100 rupees, and if it will change into $1 is equals to 110 rupees, it means it is devaluated. The value of rupees has decreased. The amount, the buying capacity of rupees has decreased in respect to the $1. Whereas in revaluation, it will change into rupees 90. It means buying capacity of Nepalese rupees has increased. Whether the numbers are increasing here, but we must understand it is decreasing. Buying capacity is decreasing, whereas buying capacity is increasing. So once again, you may have confusion, what is the meaning of buying capacity? Whenever you go in a market and the amount of any object is $1 and you have got Nepalese currency with you, then at that time you could have bought you can have bought, okay, you could have bought 1 cup in $1. It means you have to pay 100 rupees for that one piece of cup. But later on, next day, the Nepalese currency devaluated, and now $1 is equals to 110. So that tourist has to pay 10 rupees extra to the shopkeeper, to the shop owner, and it means the buying capacity of the Nepalese currency has decreased. So he will be paying, the tourist will be paying 110, among which 10 rupees is extra here. Similarly, in the third day or the second day, because of revaluation, buying capacity of Nepalese currency has increased, and now for $1 the tourist has to give just 90 rupees. It means the buying capacity of Nepalese currency has improved. You can also say improved, and hence the Nepalese currency has become stronger than before. And now next topic is commission. So what is commission? There is a person who exchanges money or who exchanges the currency of one country to another, or he is like a helper to you, he helps you, that person helps you, you can say commission holder, okay. And at that time, while exchanging some amount of currencies, he will take some percentage of commission to himself. So when the case of commission comes, then automatically you must remember the meaning of devaluation. Because if you need $1, then you must pay 100 rupees for an example. But when you go to a person and he requires commission to exchange that dollar, then he will demand you 110 rupees. So that 10 rupees will be his commission. So to get $1, you have to pay 100 rupees. In fact, actually by the exchange rates. But when you go to a commission person, when he takes your commission while exchanging the currencies, then rather giving 100 rupees, you have to pay some 10 rupees extra to that person, so that you can get $1 with him. So that is called commission, and it is somewhere like a relation with like devaluation. So these are the important topics, these are the important formulas we need to solve during the questions related money exchange. So this was for this video, and I will be solving different questions related money exchange in the next video. Till then, like, share and subscribe this channel, and keep practicing, keep learning. Bye.